Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the US of A, we have HAHAYA. On top left side as the blue Germans, we have Greatscythe11. Of course, got the general named a foreign name. As spot as the other, and we got Ludwig Benham. Yes, good at pronouncing. I just DM'd up. Let's see what cards the US player has. We'll take a moment to see what cards. We have to wait until he actually selects a deck. And you said just DM up. I think I see some DMs possible. I'll take a look at it when I get a moment. Hey, you want another US game? Yeah. Trading post not being built in the center of the map. US player has enough experience for shipment. And he does have a foreign deck. Does have capitalism, Spanish immigration, coin, state militia, frontier defenses, Hamilton economics, Virginia General Assembly, Russian American Company, wood, United States Army, 54th Massachusetts Volunteers, Carbine Cavalry, Rolling Artillery, Advanced Artillery, Pulaski's Legion, Heavy Cavalry, Culverins, Captured Rockets, 2,000 resources with 5 rockets. That's actually quite expensive, but that's a lot of rockets. Navajo Scouts, Washington's Legion, and Kovat's Legion. So Magyar Hussars and Grenadiers. With grenade launchers. Navajo Riflemen, I believe, are a skirmisher variant, of course, which also can be camouflaged. Oh yeah, the card says actually in the description, and they can this card can be sent in twice. For the German player, let's see. Team House of Hohenzollern. I can't pronounce any name of this game. Russian House increases town center attack and hit points for the entire team. Huh. Also affects command posts for your teammates, so that's probably good for a Maltese ally. Land grab. What's this card here? Palatine settlements. Rugged German colonial housing provides much more population per building, so increases the population cap by 20, so it makes your houses provide 30 population. Interesting. You could probably do a bit of math to figure out if that's worth it, but to me, off the top of my head, it doesn't seem worth it. Advanced arsenal, war wagons, rural mint, textile mill, field artisans, infinite higher Holy Roman Army, which is the Holy Roman Empire Army. After all, you can see Jaegers, Black Gliders, and Landsknechts. Oh, howdy. Sorry, I saw your message. Local bears being gunned on down.
Yeah.
And now the German player is aging up with the Philosopher Prince. Over here, Spanish immigrants being shipped on in after capitalism and eyeing for Delaware. We got Gentle Pete, gently petting the opposing explorer. 12 damage, same attack speed, which is better than 6. But of course has 25% health as explorer. Another trading post being built.
Hello.
Hello. Outpost wagon now brought in, going for the militia. Or, no, that's pikemen. It does bring the pikemen, which don't degrade over time like the Minutemen. But of course, they're pikemen. I think the Minutemen will generally do better in combat. Though, if he does scout out all his opponent's trading posts, and these guys do have good torches, so this is actually good deployment to counter out the trading posts. Outpost wagon setting on up. We do now have some state militia being brought on in. Philosopher Prince still being aged on up, so we got delayed. Oh yeah, that's definitely a delayed age too in order to get out more trading posts, and the US player is properly countering it with a bunch of flaming sticks carried by guys with pointy sticks. Huh. Can they get town watches or town watch as well with this card? Wait a second. This card, all town center, all damage action plus 50%. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, getting stuff mixed on up. So increases the town center's hit points by 30% and damage by 50%. That's quite a bit durable. Probably decent in a team game, especially if you have a Portuguese ally and or Maltese does also affect command posts. Or maybe both. Definitely interesting card. Definitely probably not a 1v1 card. Settler wagons now being pulled on the field. We got a decent amount of state militia, which are effectively a variation of a skirmisher. More closer to archaic archer. Doesn't get the full damage multipliers. They actually have less range than a crossbowman, aren't they? Just realized that. They do, of course, have a bit of horde bonuses. So basically treat the same militia as crossbowmen. That's my opinion. After all, I think crossbowmen are actually just better than state militia. Yeah. Actually sort of weird. They have less damage, less range than crossbowmen. Sure, they have a little bit extra anti-heavy multiplier. But they still effectively, I suppose, are slightly better against heavy infantry. Hussars are, or the free Uhlans from a shipment are a great counter to the state militia. And the German players aging up to the Exile Prince. We got, of course, the Spanish pikemen here. And now he's aging up as well to New Hampshire. Get some homesteads and some cows. Delaware Blues give additional regular for each shipment you already sent so far as game, so one-time shipment of regulars.
At attention.
Bears being unbearable, you will kill them off and steal their grapes that they're trying to save for the winter.
See.
Pikemen and State Militia push way forward. We got the units, various villagers being inside the town center. Artillery foundry is now complete. Falconets could be a possibility. Maybe go for a round of grenadiers right now wouldn't be half bad. There's a round of skirmishers. That will be useful. Wasn't paying attention to the shipment. That will, of course, give him some breathing room. Pikemen, of course, will not be good against skirmishers. And now they're backing on off. The general does go down to the Uhlans. Now we do have the rolling artillery being brought in. 3 Gatling guns are pretty useful against skirmishers. You still need something to engage those Uhlans.
What is your command?
Actually, the pikemen could help out with that. And regulars wouldn't be half bad as well. Maybe put them in defensive cover formation. Push for the Gatling guns, and I just protect them. What is camouflaged? That was Pete there. So something camouflaged, but I don't know what. Gatling guns could get a good volley on the skirmishers. Does get a good volley on the skirmishers. 3 Gatling guns for 1 shipment is a really good card. Oh, and those villagers ate those.
What are my targets? It'll take more than that to keep me down.
Apparently, Gatling guns are pretty good against villagers. Never really realized that until now. But Gatling guns are vulnerable to a single culverin, able to one-shot them. These guys have 150 health. Culverin does do 160 damage versus artillery units.
What are my targets?
Yes?
Do now the blockhouse wagon deploy on the field, and will be sniped. That is a pretty bad lost there. He does have a blockhouse here. So he does have a forward barracks. And more production structures never hurt. At least not you. State capital pulled in the field. I'm not sure what he has gotten research from it. I know you say you're learning how to play United States. Don't do that. Oh, nope, that's a skirmisher. I was thinking maybe that was a scout. Oh wait, no, that was the other person. Sorry, got you two mixed up. I'm a little bit... I always half read the stuff. I always miss a word or two. A word or 5. We do now have, of course, still one trading post in the field. That's the only trading post on the field at the moment. An inspiring flag's been deployed on the field.
Ready to fire.
We do now have the French Canadians being shipped on in, which is from, what was it, Delaware he researched? He has some 2 Napoleon guns. Enable Napoleon guns to be rehired at the saloon, which are similar to a leather cannon, and also can bring in a factory. When the Napoleon guns come out, we can take a quick look at them. They may be able to complement the Gatling guns quite nicely. If I remember correctly as well, the unique aspect is they get an alternative close range weapon that does a bit more damage or AoE. Can't remember. They've been shipped on in.
Orders?
Or did he cancel them?
Ready to fire.
Those are Gatlings.
Orders?
Yes.
Oh, he did cancel them. So we can't take a look at them at the moment. We have some war wagons, of course, are light cavalry. Misleading, I would say.
Yes.
The skirmisher units wouldn't be half bad. Let's see, sort of hard to get an idea what his army is at the moment. 3 war wagons, 11 Uhlans, and some skirmishers. So he may be not eyeing for any more skirmisher play. He's just eyeing for war wagons and Uhlans. So cavalry. The Spanish pikemen won't be half bad in this then. And maybe state militia or sharpshooters would be a good unit to go along with them. Sorry about that. That was a good one. Actually, probably just regulars. Their bayonet will make them generally effective versus the Uhlans. If they have a gun to shoot everything at range. So yeah, maybe just regulars will just do just fine. He is eyeing for age 4. And the state he is eyeing... He is eyeing New Jersey, one of the worst states in the United States. Usually tries to compete with either Illinois or California. German town center being employed on the field. Well, since we have a moment, let's talk about this card here, the Palatine settlements. Increases the housing that your houses provide by 20, so it goes from 10 to 30. That means you need to go from 19 houses, which is about 1,900 wood, to needing, let's just assume 6 houses is a good number to keep track of. Effectively giving a shipment of over time of 1,200. No, now putting that context, if my math is not incorrect, and not entirely bad. Let's just assume 18 houses for easier divided by 3. So 1,800 wood versus... Am math incorrect? 6 times 3 is 18. So 600 wood versus 1800 wood. You know, that doesn't seem too half bad. But it's one of those things that's better later on, but you don't need all the extra housing immediately. So if you go for one house opener, going from 20 to 40 population, and let's assume you go up to 80, no, let's assume you go for, get 2 houses. And that puts you up to 60 population, so you get around 70 population. That's effectively save you about 400 wood. On paper, it seems good. It may support a fast fortress or fast industrial build. This may be good for a fast industrial build card, but not good for standard play, I would say. Or standard if you're going for a prolonged colonial age. Because the value is something that you get more or less generated from over time. Yeah, it's hard to say. We have some Grenadiers on field. He has, I think, yeah, he looks like he's gotten Washington Legions shipped on in. He's now aging up with the Tycoon, which will give him a bit of a coin rebate if I remember correctly. The fort will provide some good defensive capability. Will do less damage versus these Grenadiers. Grenadiers will take a bit of damage. He's got this pikeman, they push forward the Uhlans. Right now he does have 13 Uhlans. And that fort got ripped apart by a bunch of grenades and pikemen. Got a decent number of regulars here. He's starting to push way forward. The Grenadiers will do less damage for Zol Cavalry, so light cavalry wouldn't be half bad against them. Gatling guns firing away as well. Fires around. Uhlans and war wagons will be effective against the US composition right now. Gatling guns do less damage versus all cavalry as well. So the cavalry-based composition for the German player is quite effective. You also have a horse artillery piece, which loves to shoot everything, but prefers infantry. The regulars could affix their bayonets and charge against the Uhlans. Gotta keep these Grenadiers alive, keep them backing on off, but the Uhlans have been slowly whittling down, getting good AoE damage. Militia gets annihilated. Culverins firing away, they won't do much versus these Grenadiers, but they can just start firing away, get some damage fire support. Skirmishers got annihilated. The war wagons just here in too small numbers here with all the Grenadiers. And the Grenadiers actually do have decent AoE damage, 3.5 AoE effect. And plus they played a bit too much Team Fortress 2 with 1 AoE melee. Grenadiers now push way forward. Villagers are vulnerable to grenades. They're vulnerable to many things. Explosives tend to be a big killer of villagers and civilians. So that's mostly in the form of landmines. Got these guys taking some big fire there. We do have some Navajo riflemen, which are light infantry units. Should be effective against war wagons. Heavy cannons going to get some great work done. They take some damage. Grenadiers do, of course, do siege damage, so they can bypass the range resist of the cannon. But the US player is going to be a pyrrhic victory if he does win, but he may not actually win. Oh, the US player does not win the heavy cannons. Heavy cannons almost dead, but as long as they're alive, they can fire. Right now, the US composition was not good against all the cavalry, and the heavy cannons just ripped them apart. And that's the reason why I always say I'm biased towards heavy cannon when it comes to factory production. Because I like artillery. And yet, the civilization I play the most is Aztecs. The Skull Knights are also pretty good. Market has been redeployed. Wasn't paying attention if it got destroyed. Right now, he does have artillery found in the field. He is going for a factory. The US player, of course, can bring in some factories of his own. Has shipped in the Morris Canals, give him 4 infrastructure wagons. All ships arrive considerably faster. That's a nice little add-on effect. Not sure what he used infrastructure on. We got the Palzo Saloon. Not sure what he can deploy on the field. I really wish there was a way for me to see what's in the build queues. Especially for our saloons. We do now have the gear being collected on up. This Hodone Shone Tomahawk could be rescued. We know as well Hodone Shone Tomahawks are the native variant of the Tomahawk. They're more close to the revolutionaries, and they cost 0 population. That's a lot of culverins field. Did he go for Shimmer culverins? Now we've got a round of Magyar Hussars upon field. They have over 1,000 health. The war wagon's gonna be very useful. They will require all the artillery pieces. He's on a raid. Should focus on the heavy cannon first. Heavy cannons are much more threatening than the culverins, in my opinion. And now he does have access to build them normally, which usually they're actually a big button unit. He does take out all the artillery piece. And all the artillery goes down to the Magyar Hussars. Ooh. Now we've got a round of pikemen if you're ready to clean on up all the various cavalry units. Those round of pikemen, maybe just give them just good, round out good composition, help deal with all the cavalry. And there goes the pikemen. Yeah, those Magyar Hussars did some great work there. Let's see, I can't tell you how much they cost unless I switch to the other player. Nope, I can't tell you how much they cost. But those 9 Magyar Hussars did some good work, and they cannot be trained at forts. You may actually want to go a fort and build them out. I mean, right now they're over 1,000 health. And they offer 48 damage, which I think is equivalent to Guard Hussars. 1,000 health, that's getting to mercenary level of hit points, and they are a native unit, which can only really deploy up by big button that spawned over time by one of the German civs. Maybe something to help out with the war wagons could be the Shine Riders. They said they're good against cavalry, but they probably are heavy cav, so the war wagons could get some good damage. But maybe the... I can always go for some Kree trackers. You know, I have never really seen the Cheyenne Rider deploy on the field. I'm assuming they're heavy cav, but I honestly have no idea. Build now being deployed in the field. Trying to deploy out also a plantation. And maybe I can get these structures built early on so we can start getting the research going before we transition to them. There is still some fun over here that Red is claiming. Red's been maintaining better feudal control, so is able to obtain all the hunts. German Explorer like to go down. Do you have some sharpshooters? US player is now bringing steam powered. He does have a factor in the field, bringing some coin income. The saloons do offer a bit of a coin trickle as well.
I'm ready.
Yes.
You're supposed to have some coin back here.
Hello.
We do now have... We've got now the patrol being dispatched. Oh, it can be deployed at blockhouses. I don't know why I didn't think it can be deployed at blockhouses.
Yes, I'm ready.
Oh, that coin deposit's now been cleaned on up. We've still got some coin over here, but he has been getting the estates research going before it's a mass transition to it. He is, of course, both players are age 4. It's also still a lot of fauna here. Frog horns. I wonder how they taste. Is it bad when I ever see an animal, I wonder how they taste? Or is that just normal? There is another factory now shipped on in. He's going deploying out some more culverins. His current factories are producing out coin, which since he has consumed all the coin deposits, that can help him alleviate his current situation. He has, of course, he improved the steam powered research as well, getting extra coin income. Right now, the US player just gotta guard something. Didn't pay attention.
What is your command?
Not regulars.
I'm ready.
Guard carbine cavalry, so it's starting to transition to some light cavalry. I was going to say, I'm biased towards heavy cannon, but if his opponent's going for light cavalry, heavy cannon are definitely not the way. Round of walls there. Just trying to give a bit of a buffer. So we've got too many culverins here. His opponent has currently 0 siege weapons on the field. US player needs more housing. Huh, no one's touched this trading post there, or the scaffolding site. So it's still an unclaimed site. US player now asking his factory to produce wood. Huh. He has not researched Hamilton economics yet either, which could give him a decent amount of refund. Rockets, the 5 captured rockets now on the field, which was quite expensive shipment. What was it? It was like 1,000, like 1,000 food, 1,000 wood. So he does have now a massive number of rockets, which are of course a heavy cannon variant, which offers I think a little bit higher base damage, less anti-infantry multiplier. Carbine cavalry push way forward. The war wagons also guard variant as well. Pikemen advance way forward. Carbine cavalry does take a volley there. Pikemen advance way forward. They do get ripped apart. And ooh, the culverins got a good volley on the rockets, taking out a good number of them. 1 rocket remains. Rocket fires away, gets hit there on the villagers, and all the rockets go down. A very, very poor position there by Red. Getting splashed down like that. Honestly, as much as I'm biased towards heavy cannon, like I always say, I'm also not a big fan of rockets. The long wind-up time is something I just don't like. Overall, great defense there by the Germans. The US players employ some sharpshooters, would be a good effective counter to the war wagons. So have to be careful about the horse artillery. Sharpshooters should be a good item, like I said, against those war wagons. You now have a marker being put on the field.
Yes?
Oh, he deleted his Oolons. He's almost at pop cap. The US player. Oh. The US player has been. I just realized the US player has really been skimping out villager production, hasn't he? 31 versus 80. At that point in time, there's nothing much the US player could do in order to compete army-wise. He just does not have the economy. Sure, he's been maintaining a good amount of local fauna in order for food collection, able to get better food collection rate. Each villager providing 1.34 versus 0.97. But even at this point, it's like, that is not looking good for him. German players transition his factories to wood production. German economy is just doing good. The US economy, not so much. Mass production, so he's gonna go for the heavy cannons. Very nice. He may want to bring his other factory on in. You are still limited to factories, even though he does have access to 3 cards of factories.
Hello.
The factories has the build limit set to 2. Now I've got some walls being put up by the US player, the basic palisade walls. Even though they look different, they look a little bit more less effective. They do offer the same health currently to his opponent's walls. US player also been maintaining good trade. All set to experience, however. This one is now being upgraded to stagecoach. Or this one. This one's not being going out trade post. Field artisan, improving settler wagon collection rate by 35%. Double layered walls. He's starting to fat slob his walls. Oh. I'm not sure who deleted the villagers. But the German secondary economy is now starting to get the full swing.
Yes.
More skirmishers, more war wagons. This player's getting out some heavy cannon, which I don't think will be effective. We do have some needle gunner, the Royal Guard skirmisher, which does offer a little bit higher attack speed. I honestly can't remember what all the Royal Guard variants do, but this suggests higher attack speed.
I'm ready.
Who's trying to push forward? His army seems small, but large number of high population units. 5 culverins are now in the field, which will be effective versus opponent's heavy cannon production. Carbon cavalry push forward. Needle gunners are protected by the war wagons to a certain degree. It'd be hard to select them. These units now engaging. Does start behind the counter barrage the heavy cannon there. Heavy cannon gains some decent damage, but only hitting the war wagons, not the needle gunners. It'd be a bit hard to clip the needle gunners when they're inside a war wagon. Always getting counter barrage there. Does have the Royal Culverin Royale. And the US Army's now destroyed. A couple more heavy cannons up back here. More carbine cavalry being blown field. The US player has quite a bit of economy sorting up. He needs to start deploying out units. Going for regular militia now. Nope, bringing the pikemen now. Pikemen do pop on out. Socket bayonet now being researched. He does get 3 more horse guns. Training post now in siege. Got some more carbon cavalry. Some sort of native livestock I think been captured. Not sure what though. Oh, there is a scout that was camouflaged. I wondered what that sound effect was. Got a decent amount of carbon cavalry here. We do now have some champion Navajo riflemen. They have the same range as crossbowmen. Heavy cannons get annihilated by the culverins. Another heavy cannon in the back line. Culverins push way forward. Culverins really 360 no-scoped that man. Rainbow's under fire. There goes another heavy cannon. We do got some carbon counting. Some did enter the melee range. And now the heavy cannon is receiving massive fire. All the heavy cannons are down once again. The US player is going for more carbine cavalry. His resource reserve has mostly been consumed. Stable does go down.
What are my targets?
What are your targets? Over here. Oh, red does go in back of the game now. There's Angry saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.